Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. This is Kevin. Time again for our knife of the day. You know, this is a new series. We started, man, it's a month and a half ago. More than a month and a half ago. Time is flying. There's over 50 of these already on the channel. Go check out the playlist. We're doing one knife a day. We're going through my complete collection, one knife at a time, day by day. We're starting with the Spyderco collection. And just to try to organize it in my feeble mind, we're starting with the discontinued knives in Spyderco. And then we'll continue all the way through until the last knife that I bought. And then we'll move on to the rest of the collections. I have a huge collection of Chris Reeve knives, around 56 or 57. I've got a huge collection of Browse Blade knives. We've got some Hinderers and all kinds of knives, including customs and a bunch of case knives as well. So we'll talk about knives for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half or so. Today, the knife of the day is the sprint run of the Spyderco Calypso. This is a discontinued knife. Well, every sprint run, Spyderco sprint run, quickly becomes discontinued. Spyderco sprint runs are limited edition knives, usually around 1,000, plus or minus a couple of hundred. The Calypso originally came out in the mid-90s. And since the Calypso happened, of course, there's been a lot of variations. There's the smaller variations, actually. There's the Calypso Junior, the Calypso 3, the Calypso 3.5. Well, this is the sprint run of the original Calypso. Full size. Now, the Calypso is something else. I'll tell you now, it feels a lot lighter than it looks. It's a big knife. It really is. So let's start first with the handle, and then we'll talk about that big old blade that you're looking at. Oh, man, it feels great. You know, it feels like a thin police, a thin and lighter police. But let's talk about the handle. It is that ugly, hey, it's personal choice, ugly brown G10. It's funny they picked that as a sprint run color. But it is G10. There are stainless steel liners, but let me tell you, they are skeletonized out of the butt. In other words, it's really cut up in there to lighten the weight, which I really like. Backlock, very strong backlock. It doesn't have any problems. It's smooth as silk, very strong. Look how thin it is. This is a very thin knife. I mean, the package is a big package, but very super thin. That clip, the regular clip, it's a four-way clip, which means right hand, left hand, tip up, tip down. Now let's talk about the blade. You know, at first look at this blade, you say, wow, that's a long blade. And it is. This is VG10 steel. Flat ground. It's an interesting, I think it's a couple of parts that I really like about it. You see that Spidey hole? I have no problems closing or opening the knife with that Spidey hole. But that Spidey hole is pretty small, which keeps the profile a lot smaller than usual. You see that? It really is a smaller Spidey hole. No jimping, but also from right on top of the Spidey hole all the way down to the tip, there's a swedge on both sides. Take off some of the weight. Looks great too. But it's from the top of the Spidey hole all the way down. And so you get that pointy Kind of rounded off though. Doesn't feel bad. Swedge on the top. All the way down this long blade. I keep talking about how long the blade is. Well, the blade is 3.9 inches. It's a biggie. Big, thin blade. 3.9 inches. It has that, not 50-50 choil. Let's say 60-40 choil right here, which gives you a number of grips. With this long hand on that long blade, you can do a lot of different grips. And that swedge even gives you a chance. Yeah, it doesn't have jimping or anything or flat, but it feels okay up here, your thumb. .9 inches. The blade, the useful blade, if you take off that part of the choil, is 3.6 inches. You know, the total length is 9 inches long. So it's a big knife, but listen to this, 4.4 ounces. That's not bad given the weight. And when you put it in your pocket, it stays real close to your hip. Really close to your hip. You can't feel the clip in your, there's no hot spots at all. You can't feel the clip. It's a real nice knife. This is one of those cases when Spyderco decided to do a sprint run, not to really upgrade the blade to, you know, some exotic super steel, but just to bring back an old favorite in its original size and to do the things it wasn't able to do in the mid-90s. Lighten it up with the nice swedge, lighten it up with all that skeletonized work in the liners. This is a nice knife. If you like the Police, you'll love this knife. It just feels a little thinner than the Police, but it reminds me so much of the Police. Now, I have a Cali 3, fancy smancy Cali 3, and a Calypso Junior, but this is a really nice big knife. Again, this is the knife of the day. It's the Spyderco Calypso. It's a sprint run. It is discontinued. If you can find it, if you like big knives, a knife that is carrying a 3.9 inch blade in a real thin package with a really tough back lock. You can find it. It's a collector's value knife, of course, because it's a sprint run, but this is a user. Come on, it's a user. You want to compare it? Well, here's the Endura. Give you a feel for the length of the blade and the handle. And here's the military. Now, these two are collector's kind of knives. See it? That's it. If you enjoy the knife of the day, don't forget to thumb it up. Don't forget to show love. Because every morning when I roll out the bed and I want to roll back in the bed, and I go, whoa, I got to do 2 videos. I check out all of your comments and everything. In the morning I go, hey, I've got to get this done. And it really energizes me. Plus, I like doing a video record of each and every one of my knives. Hang with me. It's not going to only be Spyderco's, but we got to get through that collection, and it's a big collection. Don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe. We're trying to make our way to 2,000 subscribers. We need your support. If you've been watching these videos or the other daily video, the knife of the day, this is the knife of the day, the pocket dump deconstruction, or one of the other videos like my first reaction videos, why don't you hit that subscribe button? About 65% of you watch, but don't hit that free button. Hey, we're just trying to get to 2,000. We'd like to meet our goals. And also turn on your notifications when Spyderco releases a new knife, when others release a new knife, and I have money and not paying taxes. I'll buy and we'll do mail calls and first reactions. Hey, you guys, it's a pleasure. It really is a pleasure to do a video for you guys. You have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Man, it makes you happy. Goodbye.